Welcome to Sage Sisters. We are sisters, besties, moms, and co-founders having a fun catch-up on parenting and life. Hi, I'm Ann.
And I'm Kate. We are excited to be back with you for another episode of Sage Sisters. Ann, how you doing this morning?
I'm doing great. One, the Skittles are back. Look at us. We are virtual, and if you're watching the video, I have a bright purple on, and Kate has bright pink, and we used to be called the Skittles because I think in our 20s we went to so many weddings and we would show up sometimes together, sometimes separate. But you and I all were always wearing the brightest color with like a different color shoe. Do you remember that? It would be like
it was like I thought it was like a fashionable moment in time where we were wearing those super bright dresses.
at least you and I thought so. I felt like it was like Carrie Bradshaw Sex in the City, but it was like I had these lime green shoes and I would pair them with like a bright blue dress, and you would always show up.
They were real strappy. I kind of remember.
Yes, exactly. I wish I still had them. And we would always be called the Skittles because we would come in so bright and like just multicolored. So we're back, baby.
Well, it's so funny. I feel like every time I come in here looking, drab hoodie, you also have a drab hoodie on. Every time. It's like we just somehow the universe, we're connected and showing up.
We got the same vibes. Yeah, exactly. Same vibes.
It looks like we planned it.
Too funny. But yeah, we're doing good over here. I have just been into my spring cleaning list. I love this list. Not just cleaning, but like projects. It's so fun. It's like I've been waiting forever to pull these projects up. And Phil and I were walking around the yard yesterday like, we got to pull those trees up. We got to plant this. We got to.
Yeah.
The garage is a big project of mine. I've already done phase 1 of clean out. Now
How many lists have you made?
Just one list, but it's pretty long.
Uh-huh. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You guys don't know this about Anne, but when she cleans, it's a little otherworldly. She goes into a headspace that can't be described. She's like, her pupils dilate. She starts like foaming at the mouth and like starts scrubbing. It's just like her, and you do it for anxiety, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or you just love cleaning, or what is it?
No,
what is this? I can't relate to it. So tell me all about it.
It's actually one of my lows, or it's my low today, kind of. It like,
well, let's start there. All right.
Okay.
Start in backwards order.
All right. Well, my low today is that this weekend, I was trying to be all chill last week. I didn't push the issue on cleaning the house too much. I just was like trying to write it out and just be like, oh, it's no big deal. Go to bed before cleaning the kitchen too much or whatever. I was just testing it out.
Yeah.
It was also because I was tired, bone tired. So I just like was like, forget it, Mm-hmm. Then Saturday rolls around and I turned into a complete psycho. This is my low because I hate when I do this.
Coming a mile away.
But I looked around and all of a sudden I saw some like dog hair everywhere. I hadn't swept in a few days. Mm-hmm. The kitchen was not tidy enough. The kids' bedrooms were not tidy enough. Nothing was tidy enough. Laundry was stacking up. I just lost my mind.
Yep.
And then I can hear the kids whisper, "What's wrong with mom?" Like, and I hate that. I hate to be that person, but it's anxiety to your question earlier. I get anxiety and then something physically takes over. I cannot be happy when I have too much of a mess around me. And it's like, Phil knows it now. So like, he kind of is just like, all right,
he just doesn't talk and like slowly creeps out.
No, he actually now just silently helps some things. He'll go around instead of being like looking at me, like,
so smart.
He's smart. It's like, instead of looking at me being like, chill out, or, you're really psychotic right now. He just silently walks and starts cleaning stuff and like getting the kids to do stuff too. It helps me.
What a saint.
Yeah. Saint Phil this weekend on Saturday, according to the kids.
The thing that like really like is such a powerful visual for me is like early COVID was really tough for slight germaphobe. Mm-hmm. I would say like your cleanliness bar is just at a level that, many people can't understand.
Yeah.
But your hands were like cracked because you were like bleaching everything.
They're still recovering. I swear.
You
from
jacked
years,
up your hands.
I did. When I have that image though of you and I right before everything shut down, you and I, our families had an Airbnb together because the shutdown in California happened and we were like not taking it too seriously. And we're like, let's roll to the Airbnb, and they still accepted us.
Yeah.
So we spent like 2 weeks together. It was so fun.
So fun.
Minus COVID. But I remember going in and cleaning everything. And I said, you keep the kids outside and I'll clean everything. And you came in and I had bloody knuckles and like it
I
was
remember that
burning
too.
from bleach.
And bleached the Airbnb before the family was allowed in.
You're welcome.
Oh man. Okay, so
Anyways.
you had a psychotic cleaning breakdown.
Hmm.
Okay.
And then I got it to a place of better and I settled. I settled down.
Oh, I bet
And
that
then
was
it's almost like anything else. The second you settle down, you like think back, like I handled that poorly.
Could have been a little more chill, maybe.
Could have been chill. That was unnecessary. Anyways,
I like it.
What was your low this week? We'll start with lows.
Oh, maybe us just like being cliches of ourselves. This one just is center of the fairway for me. But I cannot find this hat that I bought for an auction that's coming up on Saturday. Our school, do you guys do a school auction to raise money for the public school?
Yeah, we have an auction.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So ours is Kentucky Derby themed and it's on Saturday. And I went on Etsy because some of these fascinators, these like crazy derby hats are wildly expensive. So I was like, I'm sure Etsy can deliver something for me. So I found one that was super cute for like $40.
So this is the theme when you go to the auction. Is that what's happening? You have to
everyone
dress up?
dresses up like you're going to the Kentucky Derby. So floral dresses, spring colors, crazy hats.
Yes,
but you got to have a hat for a derby party. So
it's necessary. It's absolutely necessary. Yeah.
Well, so I was so proud of myself because I'm like, I know I'm not going to have this, and at the end I'm going to be scrambling. So I bought my ticket to the auction, and then I immediately was like, I got to have a hat.
Mm-hmm.
So I went on Etsy while I was thinking about it, ordered this hat. It came. It's perfect. It is, I tried it on. I love it. The kids were trying it on. I lost this thing. I cannot
How do you
find
lose
it.
a derby hat? I'm imagining the size isn't small. How do you lose that?
I don't know. I'm like, where is this thing? I turned over my house this weekend.
Still can't find it.
I need you to come in here and like bleach every corner and see if this thing turns up. But
I'm even trying to get into your psyche of like, where would you have put this? Like,
I love to accuse our cleaning lady too. I love her. She's been with us for a while, but
she's like family.
She's family, and
she cleans that you're just not used to someone.
She takes liberties she takes liberties. Like if she doesn't like where, she'll move a whole drawer. She's like, I don't like this drawer. I'm going to move this to where I think it goes.
I respect that.
I respect it too. And I need that, but she will take liberties with moving things.
Yeah.
So it's a little too easy to blame her. I'm sure she had nothing to do with this. Like in the past when I blamed Rosa, I'm like, oh, Rosa probably moved it. Then I find it like in another purse that I clearly had nothing to do with Rosa. So
yeah, I'm on Team Rosa. I know she didn't do this. I know you're gonna find it. I just love that you have a scapegoat temporarily, which is sometimes me.
I wasted 2 hours looking for this goddamn fascinator this weekend. I still don't have it. So I may not have a hat for a derby party.
Did you let the kids borrow it? Like, did they look at it? Like, I don't know.
Grace was wearing it. This is, I also, my accusations can really fly from Rosa.
Unfamiliar.
So like, Grace probably was wearing this thing or whatever.
Yeah.
So, and then she's as bad as me though. It's like, she loses her stuff left and right. We're the same. We're about to send Chris to an early grave because he's just like, you two are the same. And he's so organized and meticulous. He's an engineer through and through. He's got a process. He never misplaces his keys. He's, he can't understand a low charge on my phone or a gas tank that's low. It's like, that's not his.
That's how you live your everyday life. It's just opposites attract.
Well, he can't even hear. He knew I was looking for this thing yesterday, and he's like, couldn't even make eye contact. He was so annoyed that I just like had lost something else.
Well,
I like to think of it as like, I'm focused on what really matters in my life. I spend a lot of time thinking about our business and my kids and like the things that I value.
All true. Yeah.
I don't have these kinds of issues, but there's a lot of little life admin or around the edges that doesn't get that same level of my attention, admittedly.
Well, I think it's because you're so organized and so consumed with like the being on with business and, even parenting, like you're a great mom, but you absolutely lose everything in your life. You
Yeah,
drive
I
the wrong
do.
directions, not thinking. You
Right.
just kind of go the opposite
I
in your
come into the
personal
home
life.
and leave car doors open. Chris
Yes.
really loses his mind when he comes home and one of my car doors is open.
Oh, yeah. There's some kind of psychological, like, we should dig into
Glitch.
this a little
There's a
bit more, but
glitch.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
like you shut down on that side because you can,
I
and
think
it's
so.
like maybe your way of relaxing or something. I don't know.
Well, part of it, I don't know if this is gonna make me sound like a brat, but my last company was, decent size. I had an assistant who was the world's best assistant.
You bring Phoebe up as often as you can because you wish I was
I
like
miss
Phoebe.
her.
Yeah,
I
I know.
miss you.
I
I
know.
miss you.
I know.
But I felt like with her too, she kind of kept that in order. And now that I
Mhm.
don't have her, it's exposing itself more than it did for a while.
Yeah, absolutely.
It was always there. The undercurrent, the ugly
Mhm.
underbelly was already there, but
She
she
was just
really
patching that up as
she
much as
patched it
she
up
could.
so good. Phoebe,
Yeah.
I miss you, girl. Um, anyways, she would know where my fascinator is. That's what I have to say.
Yeah. Well,
But
good
me
luck
losing
finding
myself,
it.
and then I get annoyed with myself. I don't know if you have anything like this, but it's like I don't like that I do this. I waste time, and I hate being inefficient and wasting time. So
Mhm.
then I get into like a slight like you idiot Kate.
Spiral.
Like
Yeah.
like I don't usually get worked up about much, but I can get angry at myself. So then I
Yeah.
was mad at myself. And that
Mhm.
kind of put me in a negative headspace. I was
Yeah.
mad at myself for losing this damn hat. Now I have to waste all this time trying to find it, or maybe last minute Amazon a bad one.
Well, I will say what you say to me, which is like, give yourself grace. You say that to me all the time. Give yourself grace, move on,
Yeah.
wear a shitty hat. Hopefully you'll find it. You're going to find it the day after the event, just so you know.
Well, you know what adds insult to injury? A couple weeks ago, I was at a party, a couple cocktails in, and someone who works at the auction, a friend of mine, was like, "Can you speak at the auction? I'm speaking at this thing, and I don't have a good hat."
Yeah. Well,
And why did I agree to that? Dang it! Now I don't want to. I just want to go have fun, and now I have to give a speech.
hopefully you can push up the speaking a little
No,
bit further.
it's more
It's
than
gonna,
halfway into the show. It's
yeah.
I'm annoyed. Anyways, it'll still be fun. Hat or no hat.
Good luck.
Oh, Kate's
Good luck.
annoying. That's the bottom line.
All right, well, let's move to highs. That felt a
Okay.
little we went too hard
dark
there.
Too
Yeah.
dark.
Let's
Okay.
lift.
Let me have some coffee. Let me
Yeah.
la, 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 la. Let's get it back high. Let me
Let's
take
lift.
a look at our bright Barbie sweaters
Yeah.
and get a different mindset.
Let's get the Skittles vibes back in and lift this place up a little bit.
All right, what's your high?
My high was the kids this weekend were so cute. Yesterday, it started to storm and rain. And before the storm came in, it was raining. So it was not dangerous. But the kids were outside as it just started to sprinkle and then start to rain. And we were on the back porch listening to music, and we had dinner on the back porch. We grilled out. It was so cool. And the kids were just so cute. They were dancing. Lola
I was so charmed by your videos I saw on the shared album.
It was so good. I had more videos too. It was just like, an hour of them just dancing and having fun and just feeling free. And when you see your kids goofing off with each other and just being so free, like I looked at Lola and she was just a free spirit dancing, living her best life. And it warmed my heart. So
it is
was
so
cute.
Special when your kids really enjoy each other and you watch it.
Yeah.
It's like, that's a good feeling.
Well, and when they're young, sometimes it's hard in the moment to be like, we're having one of those moments that's special. And this one just immediately you knew you were in that moment. It was like, this is so cool and so cute. And I took video of it and documented it. And it was just awesome.
Yeah. Very sweet.
Yeah. It was my high. What's your high this week?
Well, Chris went to Reno with a bunch of his college buddies Thursday, Friday, Saturday. So I had a lot of solo parenting the last couple of days.
Well, that was nice of you to do because it was March Madness. So he was watching the March Madness games.
You know what? This is our, as you know, year of less. And we have doubled down on our commitment to support each other's fun and fitness. So he's been, and I've been playing a boatload of tennis that he covers for. And I want him to have fun. He's kind of a homebody left to himself. So I was actually proud of himself. Like I didn't even have to push him out the door. Like he, I'm sure one of his buddies playing the whole thing called him and asked him if he wanted to come, but like he was like excited to go. So I'm actually thrilled for him.
That's awesome.
In March Madness, so fun with your buddies at a sports book watching a million games. Like
the best.
Yeah.
The best.
So good. The only thing that added a little insult to injury on my end was that the kids had parent teacher conferences. So their school got out they barely went to school. So, and as you know, app's about to launch. I'm still fundraising, like tons of work, kids home, no husband. So I did that Wednesday. I did that Thursday. And Thursday night, I was starting to kind of notice myself like getting like stress level higher. It was also just kind of a shitty work week, to be honest with you.
Still waiting on that high. Are we getting there? I think we're getting to a high.
Okay, I'll turn it around here. Yeah, I took it back. I got into it. Okay, sorry. Here was my high. Proud of me. I took Friday off.
Yeah.
I called it. Usually I would have powered through. Usually I would have said, I'm going to grind it out. I can do it. I'm going to martyr this thing. Quick laughing like that. I'm going to have giggles the whole time.
I'm just laughing about how you continue the darkness.
So dark. I'm trying to find a silver lining.
Yeah. Well, I was so proud of you when you had sent the text Slack around like, hey, I'm going to take Friday off.
I'm out.
Yeah.
Because the other thing too, I love March Madness. I play college basketball.
Yeah.
So, and my kids were home. I like trying to work when your kids are home.
Well, it's just nice. You needed that time. You need that time with them.
Totally.
Yeah.
And I felt like they were needing more from me. And I was kind of, that's just a bad feeling. So anyways, darkness aside.
Yeah.
Took Friday off. Literally told everybody, like, don't call me.
Yeah.
Like, if it's about work, you called me and you were like, oh, there was one thing. I was like, bop, 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 bop. Get out of here. We'll talk about it Monday.
One pretty serious thing. And I was like, is she going to want to know or not? Is she want to, I was playing that game and I was really trying to respect it. And you and I were just talking for fun that day.
Yeah.
And like 15 minutes in, I accidentally was like, there's one. And then we shut it down. And I was like, yeah, you're right. Monday. We'll cover it Monday.
Everything can wait. Everything can wait.
Yeah.
So anyways, I was proud of myself. I took a mental health day. I really enjoyed my kids on Friday. When you're not stressed and trying to do too much.
Yeah.
And you simplify it. And Cal and I worked on some Legos and
I
don't know. We went outside. It's been beautiful here too, which has been great.
That's great.
So we watch basketball. We watch a ton of TV.
March Madness
time
is fun.
Does that even count? It was sports.
And you just needed it. Your kids were having fun. You were making a family moment out of it. Like that's
and my old basketball team played in the tournament Friday, so I had all the kids in all their Ball State gear. We were cheering. It was so fun. I wish they would have won, but it was great. And we even ordered. This is how dirty it got. Chris was gone. I ordered DoorDash Taco Bell.
Oh, you did Taco Bell? Good for you. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's good.
So that just rounded it out. So
yeah, that's awesome.
Anyways, I saved the week and then I felt like I went into the weekend with a different headspace. It was good. I came back today, actually recharged.
Yeah.
Anyways, good job.
Well,
Kate.
it's
good
kind
job.
of like a mental health day. I think those are so important. You had the kids, but to do a mental health day and just be with the kids, that day would have turned so sour had you tried to work even a little bit. Because they would have wanted to have your attention and you would have felt like you were failing on both sides. That's how I feel. I'm not saying that. But when I'm in those moments, you're like, I'm not feeling strong with work and I'm not feeling strong in parenting. Exactly. And you just feel bad.
Totally.
So, good for you.
Yep. Turned it around. All
That's
right. What I'm talking about.
That's what we were waiting on. Good.
Oh, goodness. All right. Good check. I was getting into a dark spot.
I could see it. You were spiraling.
All right. Well, I tried to also pick a light, fun topic for today. I feel like the last couple have been awesome, but we have been going more onto the safe tech kind of place. And I was like, let's just do something fun today. I alluded to this in the last podcast, but we have been soliciting through our socials user questions. And some of them have been coming in organically, and then we put that out and got some good ones. So I thought we could do our first installment of user questions, most of which were DM'd us on Instagram.
Love it. Okay, I love it. Yeah.
Okay, so I'll ask the question. You go first. doesn't have to
We'll
be
go
great.
from there.
We'll just go from there.
Okay, cool. What is the first user question you got for us?
One that kind of made me laugh that I thought we'd kick off with was, what is something your kids have said that totally roasted you?
Oh my gosh. I love a good roast. Like the roast on what is it?
Tom Brady.
Yes, all those roasts make me so laugh. Like just laugh so much. All right. So let's see here. I've been roasted a lot by the kids. And it's like they don't it's really a roast because they don't mean to be roasting you. They just say something, and that one in particular will like something will just hit and you're like, oof, that's mean.
Mm-hmm.
So mine I think will be okay, so Lily is really into right now different hair colors, different eye colors. She loves to talk about it. So she'll come up and be like, what's your eye color? Or mommy has green eyes, I have blue eyes, and so forth. And she's been into hair color. And so she's like, mommy, Lily have blonde hair. Brother has like blondish red hair. He doesn't like that, but he's
he's fighting off that strawberry.
He's fighting off that, yeah. Lola, dad has brown hair. And anyways, she was going on, and she kept just repeating, mommy has blonde hair. Mommy has blonde hair.
Yeah.
And Lola, savage in the corner, just goes, mom doesn't have blonde hair. She has white hair and a little brown and blonde, I guess. And I was just like she just meant it so seriously. And it was just like, we talk a lot about hair color and how we're trying to maintenance ourselves over here. So it just hit it in a way that was like, okay, I guess it's time to update my highlights or something. Time to fix that, because she just roasted me absolutely.
I feel like blonde too is such an identity. More so than like a brunette. Maybe red hair too is an identity.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like, you ID as a blonde.
Mm-hmm.
So like you could never go brunette, even though it would look fine.
I tried to go brunette and it didn't look good. It's like
I can't remember that.
I was living in Florida, and I actually came out to visit you when you were at Stanford Business School. Do you remember?
I remember that now. Yeah.
And I had really dark hair. I think it was just the shade was too dark for my coloring too. It just didn't look right.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's an identity. And also when you're trying to stay young, like I keep saying, this is the year I turned 40, and I've never really thought about age until this year, where I'm like just trying to be like, okay, what do I need to do to make myself feel good?
Yeah.
It just didn't feel good in that moment. It's like, oh shit, I thought my hair was fine. Now I'm going to have to regroup.
Well, I think it's looking quite blonde today. Maybe that's just.
Well, I mean, I thought so, but
maybe.
I didn't highlight it since she said it, but all I know is that it felt like a roast, and it just now I'm just looking in the mirror thinking, okay, I got to change this.
Our cousin Jackie is hilarious, but she always says tough but fair, tough but fair, but that's
100%.
And that's how it felt all the time. Tough but fair.
That was tough but fair. What about you? What's a roast that your kids have done?
This was just a couple weeks ago, but the one that came up for me was I had just gotten back from working out, and Grace goes, I thought when you went to the gym, it made your body skinny.
No, she didn't.
Yes, she did. I thought when you went to the gym, it made your body skinny. I was like,
it's brutal. That's brutal.
It was brutal. And I was like, well, it's about fitness. I just like tried not to like take the bait. And then I wanted to go like cry in a corner.
You went up an octave there. Well,
it's about healthy fitness. It's about keeping your heart rate up. Okay, so let's keep moving because I got a bunch of questions here. I don't know how many we'll get through, but we had a bunch of questions asking us about the sibling dynamic, or what's it like working with your sister. So I thought we could talk about that a little bit. You want to go?
Okay. Yes. So I think one is just a rehashing before I move into another, which is we kind of talked about it on the high lows, but it's so funny because I get both sides of you. I get the personal, and then I get the business side.
Mm-hmm.
And I know you so well. And I think it is just hysterical, and also kind of like drives me nuts a little bit when you are so on it from a business perspective and then absolutely lose everything in your personal life, and I get both sides. And it's just like, how can this person be the same person? Because it's so funny. It's like, you're like, hey, what's this? What's that? Business, you're all on it. And then from a personal side, you can't keep your shit together. It's hilarious.
What's funny, and maybe all of these will be mirrors for each other. But
Probably.
I feel like one thing why we're such good business partners is like I can be a little bit like high level, like, oh, I have a vision for what I want this to look like. And I feel like we're really good compliments because you're very listy. You're very, here's the actions that need to happen to get us from A to B.
Yeah.
Super organized in general.
Mhm.
If the bleeding knuckles didn't tell you, this is a girl who likes it tight. And yet,
I
your
know where you're gonna go.
password management
I knew you were going to go there.
makes me want to scratch my eyeballs out. Like, I don't understand how you're so organized in all facets except passwords, which is so important for a tech business.
It's really a low for me because I do feel so organized with everything, and I feel like I have my passwords dialed in, and then I can't, like, I'll get logged out of multiple things at one time because we've been like changing things, like changing our emails and all this stuff, and then I can't get back into one, and it puts me in a bad headspace. Like, if it's taking more than a few minutes for me to get logged into something,
Yeah.
I absolutely lose my mind.
Well,
and then it's
I just can't understand why you don't use the password manager.
I try. I have it set up, but then I forget the master password, and then it screws me up. And it's like I forget the master, and then I have like 8 million like authentications where it's like, get the code here, get the code there, and then it's got the wrong email, and then I got to go to that email, and I get in the worst headspace when it's about passwords. And you have the lowest tolerance for my passwords.
It's a real trigger.
And so it'll be like 30 seconds of trying to figure it out, and you're like, "Gah!" And then it puts me in a worse headspace. It's already a problem. I know it. I know it's a problem.
Yeah. But I do feel like if I zoom out, that's like the nitpicky stuff. And
yeah,
I mean, I think back to like my old coworkers, like every single person you work with, there's something annoying about them.
Yeah.
I haven't found one person except for sweet Phoebe, who doesn't have like a work, thing.
Something that drives you nuts. Yeah.
So I will say, like, thinking back to like the annoying things of like my past co-founders, they were big ticket items, not ticky-tack password management. Like, I do feel like on the whole, like what's it like working with your sister? Yes. And of course, even this, like we'd start with that tiny little nitpick.
Yeah.
But like, I feel so wonderful. Like, cause here's how you tell. Monday morning or Sunday night when you're starting to like look at your day.
Mm-hmm.
And I look today and it's like we had podcasts and we have a one-on-one to like talk about business stuff. How does that make me feel? High. I'm like, oh, good. I get to hang out with Ann tomorrow.
Yeah.
This is going to be fun. This is like life-giving, energy-giving. Thinking back to my, you get to this place with corporate jobs and it's like you look at your week. It's like, oh, fuck. Oh, God. Oh, like I got that meeting. Oh, I got this. Like,
yeah.
The Sunday scaries come around when it's like you got to deal with people and you got to be in meetings you don't want to, and like stuff feels like a waste of time. And I guess like, what's it like working with your sibling? Fun. Like I look at our things and I'm like, this will be fun. Ann and I will laugh about this. Ann and I will figure this thing out, even if it's like not, even if it's a work thing that we're like, ooh, what should we do here?
Yeah.
I feel like brainstorming with you is like generally like, what do you think? What do you think? And then it's like, okay, let's try it.
It's so fun. I'm so glad to hear you say that because I feel the same way. And when we have like one-on-ones and things, it's an exciting thing for me. And we know each other so well. It's liberating. I haven't ever worked with somebody that knows me so well that one, we don't have to censor ourselves at all.
Totally.
Two, we really can like open up and talk about all the feels. And then usually if there even is an issue, it's rooted in something that we can take a step back and see. Like, oh, personal life, I have the kids home from school and it's really hard. And you have empathy for that. And vice versa. It's like usually not even about the issue at work that we're disagreeing on. Mm-hmm. It's about something else. And we know each other so well that like, it's great. And like, even if we're disagreeing from a work side, you'll still call on off hours. And I know we're just going to shoot the shit. And it's great. There's it's just so refreshing to be so open with somebody and somebody know you so well that you can be your true self and just know it's like going to be accepted, I think.
And to have like the most important company relationship give you life, not suck it out.
Absolutely.
Amazing. Yeah. Amazing. So I think it's awesome. I don't know, people, if they're thinking about this for their own families, like I do think our dynamic is a little bit unique in that I don't know. I could imagine siblings trying to start businesses together I could see how that goes poorly too. You know what I mean? But I think for us, we just have like such a no eggshells. We're not dancing around anything. We can just say the thing.
Well, and I think we have empathy for each other in a way that's like, it makes you take a step back and really want to understand why the other person feels that way.
Yeah.
You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
like if you're
I think
stressed, I'm
yeah.
actually not like, I'm like, oh, what's going on? Like, what's
Right.
the foundational thing here?
Yeah. And
it's like a whole life kind
totally.
of look.
And I think we both tried to come up with solutions for each other.
Totally. But I like that. It's like, I don't know. Anyways, for us, awesome. Very fun, very energy giving. Even this podcast, like it always makes my week better. It's fun.
I love podcasting, but I will say this also makes me think though, on the flip side, you and I know each other so well that like, and we're also trying to save money at this stage, that we do things like we're real tight on money, and you and I are the ones who will sacrifice. So like every time we travel, you and I are in the same hotel room, which is fun. But then we always try to go with the cheapest. You're like trying to push the issue for like the cheapest hotel.
Well, I feel like you have luxury taste, and you were in an industry before that wined and dined and luxuried. And I'm like, this is startup time.
Tough but fair. But yes, my thing is hotels. It's like I can go low scale on a lot of stuff, but when we're in a shitty hotel, I'm like, gross. And we just had our like orientation for StarDex.
Yeah.
And you pushed for this hotel, and it was shared bathrooms. That experience was awful. You and I were in this tiny hotel. Your routine at night was insane. You had the mouth tape, you had everything going. And we had to like walk out of our rooms to go to the shared bathroom down the hall. And we were right next to the shower. It was so loud. You and I got garbage sleep. It was like, this is.
I know. I know. I was even regretting that in that I didn't sleep well because it wasn't even the bathroom down the hall. Although at this point in my life, it is a little bit like, you're really going to do that?
I hated it.
Oh, I know you did. You made that very clear. But I thought the hotel was too loud. Like I just couldn't even sleep because I felt like the plumbing was keeping me awake.
It was a bad hotel.
Wasn't great. We'll upgrade a little bit next time. There's a happy sweet spot there.
Yeah. So maybe that's just early startup life and less sibling, but I felt like it needed to be noted that experience can be interesting.
Totally. Or the other one is, remember we got that cheap hotel in New York and the room was the size of the bed.
The Ace Hotel, I'm calling you out. I love your name, but it was the smallest hotel room of all time. It fit a bed and you had to like basically jump on the bed. Yes.
You had to crawl on the bed to get to the bathroom.
It was insane. I've never seen a smaller hotel room in my life.
Yeah, well, when Sage Haven is super successful and we're able to stay at nice hotels.
Fingers crossed. Yeah, exactly.
Fingers crossed.
Exactly.
All right. What's the next one? Let's see here. What is your parenting hill to die on? I thought was a good one.
Ooh.
Do you have one that comes up for you?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, so it goes with the cleanliness, I guess. I have a no glitter, no slime tolerance in this house.
One.
I hate it. And if anybody, it's always birthday parties that they're coming home with this stuff, immediately gets in the trash, or it is an outside toy.
You had a glitter episode? I'm trying to remember.
A couple of them. Anytime this is my hill to die on because I've tried to say no or like loosen up a few times, and I'll let Lola do some glitter on the back porch. We still have glitter on the back porch. It's a nightmare. This is months later.
I'm on team no glitter as well.
Team no glitter.
I picked it out of my wood floor with my fingernails for about a month. And I was like, we're done here.
Yeah. So that's probably my not serious one. Like that's just like just a household rule. But the other one I would say is siblings always have to have each other's back. That's kind of my more serious one. And it's like, even if you come home and you want to talk about it and it's different, if you are outside this house, you have each other's back no matter what. That's kind of
love that one.
My hill to die on with like actual parenting. Yeah.
I think that's a great one. I kind of want to steal that.
Yeah.
I was just going to go with, I'm a huge believer in family dinners. Like,
oh yes. Good one.
everybody's busy, everybody's got their thing. And maybe again, this is kind of how we grew up, but getting the family together, having a nightly, like, I just think like tradition.
Yes.
Even if it's short, even if we're tired, even if we're busy, we sit down, we each say something we're grateful for. We kind of share a little bit about the day. I think that is.
I love it. I totally agree.
I think that's worth saying no to extracurriculars for. I think that's worth juggling and figuring out how you can make it work even on hard, busy days.
I was going to say,
there's a few that I let go, but like, even if you're getting like tonight on Mondays, we have a ritual where after gymnastics, I pick up fast food.
Oh yeah. But then you bring it home and you're all eating it together.
Yep.
Yeah.
So it's still family dinner. So it's like, even if you're not cooking, family dinner.
I love family dinner so much. And sometimes that means you're eating at 5. Sometimes that means you're eating at 7:30. And sometimes on the later ones, we have to kind of figure it out. But like, I agree. It's just so worth trying to make that work almost every day.
Well, and it's good like, people are always like, how's your family so strong? I'm like, because we commit to these rituals. And even like taking that a step further, like we are all so committed to a 4th of July family reunion.
Oh, yes.
We are so committed to being together for Christmas. Come hell or high water. I don't care how expensive the flight is. Like, I don't care what opportunities your friends brought up to go to Mexico. It's like, we're getting together at because we have these rituals. And I just think like that's what like family strength is all about.
Totally. So I think it's rooted in our parents, right? Our dad and mom always host this family reunion at 4th of July. And a lot of our cousins, most people make a huge effort. And so that's been ever since I can remember, since I was born, we did that.
Yeah.
And the Christmas thing too, I was just talking to somebody about this, but they were like, don't you want to do Christmas under your own roof? And I'm like, yes, but we figure out a way to do it that's working for us right now, which is like, we just have our family Christmas a few days after actual Christmas.
Right.
And we just make it work. You just have to make it work. But that allows us to be as a family every Christmas doing the same thing. And I think it's just so important to have the grandparents, the cousins of the kids. Like, it's just huge. It's so impactful.
And then we have all our rituals, the pickle ornament and the Christmas brunch. And I don't know. I think that's special.
Okay. I love
that's my hill to die on. Okay. The next one. Have your kids ever totally embarrassed you in public?
Yes.
I know there's not a parent under the sun that says no to that, but I think they were looking for stories.
Let me just think about the worst offensive one that I can think of, but like a worst offender, but like I can remember the store visit. So I took all 3 kids, which is obviously a rookie move, to the store by myself.
What store?
We went to Target. I just always bring up Target, so I was going to like try to not say that. Anyways, we went to Target.
What store matters? It's like,
it's true. So it's like a large store. I
Mm-hmm.
had a list of things. And of course, when you're in there, you add some more to it. It's just
obviously,
like what Target is about. But Lily was pretty small at the time. So I had 3 kids and one that was like in a stroller, like pretty small. And Ace and Lola were just wild. I should have called an audible anyways. But long story short, I lost them. They were like right around me. All of a sudden I couldn't find them and they were quiet as a mouse.
Is there a worse feeling? I don't know.
Panicked. No, I was absolutely panicking. So I was taking that stroller all over the place. I was looking everywhere. I was almost in tears. And I don't know the time that went by. I'm going to call it like 4 minutes solid. Like, that long 4 minutes. I'm going up and down different aisles. I'm looking everywhere. I found them in the middle of a clothes rack being funny by being quiet as a mouse and hiding. And I think a mom actually said, I think they're in here. And so somebody helped me. And I got them. And I was like so furious, but so grateful I found them. And then they were just laughing and giggly and kind of fighting for like wanting a toy. Yeah. And so I ended up having to like drag them. I had both of them under my arms and I'm pushing the stroller with my chest. I just leave the cart and I just go out of the store with them screaming, me frustrated, like in tears. It was so embarrassing. When you're just like, I thought I was
sure
a good
every parent in there saw you and went, oh boy, I've been there.
I'm sure, but like, it just made me feel like a bad parent. And it also was like, and you're trying to be like in public, but you also don't want to like lose your shit so much in front of other people. And it was just like, oh, gross.
Yeah.
anyways, that was mine. I think worst, most embarrassing moment. I didn't go back for a very long time.
I'm sure Target missed you.
Yeah. What about you?
I took a flight. This is when Grace was a baby. I can't remember, maybe a year old. So it's like the worst time to fly with a kid because they're squirmy, they can't sit.
I'm
And I was
already
being
feeling bad.
cheap, and she was a lap child.
Yeah.
You know, she
Uh-huh.
wasn't a good lap child. There was a man next to me, and I was flying by myself with just her for some reason, probably business. He had a turban and a long beard, and he had wired earphones into the like screen on the back of the plate, so the cords were going out. And Grace was in my lap next to him, and she kept going, hat, hat.
You're like,
And then she'd say, hair, hair. And then she kept arm swiping his headphone cords. And like,
what was his response? Was it poor? Because then it makes you feel worse.
it started where I thought he was kind of nice about it. Like he was kind of like, ha ha hat, you know?
Yeah.
It's a turban. I'm like, and then she did it. I couldn't even, like, I was trying to kind of keep her arms down and kind of going, yeah, that's a, you know, he's a sweet man, and you know, like whispering things that I think this guy like wouldn't judge me for. And I would say like he lost his patience on like maybe the 20th time she took his headphones out.
Rightly so. Yeah.
I mean, it was a cringe.
Oh
and, like,
gosh. I could totally feel that.
So by the end, he was just not even talking to me. You know, like at the beginning, he'd be like, "It's fine," and, you know. And then by the end, you could tell he had like he would turn the corner and was like fully annoyed.
He's like talking.
He's telling
about
this story to some.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
And then I don't know. There was something just mortifying about hat.
Oh yeah. Absolutely.
You know?
And you just can't, like, of course it's just a kid. Everybody knows that. But it's just, totally embarrassing as the parent. Yeah.
Cringe. Okay, next one. Let's see what we got.
What you got? Yeah.
Oh. What's your most chaotic morning before school moment?
I actually had one pretty recently.
Okay.
It was what nightmares are made of.
Okay.
We're potty training Lily. So this is step one. And she is having fear of actually going number 2 on her little potty. Yeah. And so I have her sitting down trying to go but crying. Phil is not with me. He usually is in the mornings, but he was not there this morning. So I can't remember why. And long story short, she ends up kind of freaking out, but kind of going. And some of it's on her little potty and some of it's on the floor. And so she's crying and she steps in it. And I'm like, oh no. So I'm like trying to, so I pick her up. I'm trying to like stop.
Clean off human shit.
Clean off human shit. And also like, you know, I have to deal with the baby first. So I'm dealing with her.
Yeah.
Only for the dogs to come in and try to eat it.
Ew, the dogs.
Oh, it was disgusting. So then I'm trying to like get the dogs out, but I can't. So I'm trying to get them away from this poop. I'm trying to clean Lily at the same time. Lola, for whatever reason, is refusing to put on our clothes. And she is just absolutely like adding a little fuel to the fire of just like chaos. And Ace is just not listening. He's not helping. I think I'm asking for help and he's just yelling gross and not like helping at all. And it was just one of those mornings that you just finally get them all in the car after all of that. And you have to just sit in your car and laugh out loud because you're like, what in the hell just happened? And it was so gross. I still can't get over the image of the dogs going after the poop. It was just bad.
I would have kicked a dog.
It was close. It was just like, I was just trying to be like, get away. And like, nightmare. Everyone was crying. Oh, it was a bad morning.
How long ago was this? Because she's only been potty trained.
Yeah. I mean, this was like 2 weeks ago.
Oh, God.
No, this was recent. This was very recent.
I hadn't heard that. That's horrible.
It was bad. And it just, I don't know if you've seen that meme that's going around or that reel that's like the family that was pulling out of the driveway and the mom's racing out to give them something that they lost and she falls and like really crunches her face on the concrete. No. And the dad jumps out to help the mom and then he didn't put the car in park and it's rolling down the hill.
Oh, I have seen that. And
the kid jumps out and it's like, it was just chaos. That's how my morning felt, you know, where it was like a little bit chaos, a little bit danger, just a little like shit show. That's exactly how it felt.
All right. Well, speaking of recency, I'll tell you about this morning.
Yours was this morning?
I'm going to go with the one this morning. I'm sure there's many here.
Okay.
I mentioned Calvin's kind of having anxiety, and like Monday mornings are always tough.
Yeah.
So we even get up early on Mondays to give him a little extra cuddle time to get him going on a Monday. But anyways, he's had a lot of anxiety about a haircut. We trimmed it yesterday. And today I think he was having a lot of anxiety about what people would think of his new haircut.
Okay.
That's where it was coming from.
Mm-hmm.
And he was very concerned. He kept saying, I wish I wouldn't have got that haircut. Can we please grow it out super fast? How do I get that haircut back? It's like,
Yeah. We
ugh.
can't. It's got to grow out.
That bell can't be unrung. So he was having a lot of anxiety about that. Chris and I are both in bed with him, trying to figure it out. Wasn't going great. I was like totally gonna have to take him to school and like push this back, whatever. I like saw that. So it's, now 7:25. The bus picks him up at 7:40.
Oof.
He is not out of bed.
Mm.
And just, I try to like stay calm in those moments, but it's like it just breaks your heart. And also you want him to get moving.
Yes. Right. Yeah. You're
Both of
trying
those things
to
are
be
true.
like, yes. Of
so
course,
that was already like heightened. And I'm like, trying to like put socks on him while he's like in fetal position.
Oh no.
Then Grace comes in. This is going to be so on point. She goes, my book report's due today.
No.
I said,
this is the first you're hearing of it?
Well, I thought it was, I don't know. In retrospect, I knew it was due today. I forgot about it. We had started it last week, and then we were going to like do a little bit every day. Cause it was
okay. So you had a little bit going.
We had 50% done.
Okay. Oof.
We have now 15 minutes before the bus. We have half a book report, and a kid that was in fetal position won't get out of it.
Oh, I'm laughing
and
with you.
And I just like go to Grace. I go, time to crank. Like we pulled this off before. You know what I mean? So chaos level went through the roof.
Oh no.
I will say her having kind of a moment and me like Cal kind of snapped, got his act together,
because you were focused on Grace.
I said, Cal.
Yeah.
He saw what happened, and I think he knew.
Mm-hmm.
I think, did something smart, which is I showed him a really bad picture of a haircut I gave Grace at the same age. I cut her bangs horribly. I don't know if you remember this, but I said, Calvin, look at this picture of Grace's hair. This actually is a horrible haircut, and she went to school. Your haircut looks great. Yours was professionally done. Yeah. I cut Grace's hair. This was super embarrassing for her. This is what a bad haircut looks like. Yeah. Your hair looks awesome, dude.
And Grace can handle it. She's like, yeah, that was bad.
Yeah. She was like, thanks, Mom. You didn't even take me to the salon. So anyways, maybe that helped, making him giggle a little bit. But anyways, we cranked downstairs. I'm on Chat GPT. 5 sentences about Amelia Earhart. It's like the worst parenting of all time, because it's like, you don't want to teach your kid to use Chat GPT for their book report. And she had read a whole book about Amelia Earhart. Yeah. But it wasn't time for.
No, you can fix that later. You can ask questions about Amelia Earhart tonight when she gets home. That wasn't the time.
And I was like, right, faster. Bus is going to be here. And
Did you make the bus? There's no way.
Okay. So 7:38, that's usually when they go outside for a 7:40 bus.
Yeah.
And Chris has the audacity to say, are we taking the bus or what?
You're like, it's an or what situation.
My head swiveled around 365 degrees. I did a full exorcist head flip to him with laser eyes. And as soon as he saw my look, he softened it and said,
he knew.
I was going to offer to take the kids to school. I go, that's more like it.
Okay, so you had to take them, and
Chris took them.
Okay.
Which was, again, I think, had I not shot lasers at him, I don't know if we would have been there, but it
was nice.
He was smart enough to soften up after the misstep. So they got to school on time, barely.
Okay.
The book report got done, albeit not well. Mm-hmm. And Cal got to school without an anxiety attack. So
okay, win-ish after all that.
Kind of.
That's tough.
Very chaotic. Very chaotic. Maybe that was speaking to my headspace when I came in here, but
yeah, it might have been why your low was so low.
Coming in a little frazzled.
Well, I will say it's relatable. It's just like I
gotta get better at this homework because the star student. Now this, I was like, again, Kate, tighten up.
Well, I know you don't. Homework. I know you don't like a list or anything, but I have this calendar that
Family
it's
calendar.
handwritten. I obviously have the phone calendar as well.
Yeah.
But I have the handwritten calendar in our kitchen that I hang up and I do every month and I add to it. And it really does help because it's just the last glance before the next day.
Yeah, the big visual of it.
The big visual of it
yeah.
helps. It really helps. And it's a little tedious, but you just do it at the beginning of the month. And
Have you seen these digital versions of those big
yeah,
calendars?
you
I've
could
been-
probably do that. I think I like to write it. I like to be
know, I
old
know.
school with
And there
that.
is something that you remember it when you write it.
I already have the digital version in our calendars,
Yeah.
and I have everybody's calendar. It's all shared.
Every
I
time
know
I
what
try
your
to
day
do like a
looks like.
journal or a paper thing, I don't keep it up because I just like that's not my. But something's got to
give.
I think part of
Consider
the
it.
problem with Grace is like she's usually so good about that stuff. Like
Mhm.
I would say on the whole, I've been like she's the one who always remembers her library book to return. Like she is my list one that,
Yeah.
and I almost, especially like when something's going on with Cal, I'm like, I don't need to worry about her.
Mhm.
So when something like these do creep up, I'm like, Grace, like what's going? Usually you're
Yeah.
tight as a what's I don't know.
Let's move on from that one. Can't think
know
of
where-
one that's not right.
Yeah, nothing was coming up there that was appropriate. So
Yeah.
anyway, she's usually all over it.
Yeah.
She loves a list. So
Yeah.
I guess I need to micromanage her a little bit more to make sure we're not
just with
dropping
the
book
homework.
reports just on the important homework.
Yeah.
So anyways. All right, we're running a little tight on time, so we'll just do one more question.
Okay.
This kind of came up in a bunch of different forms, so I'm paraphrasing a bunch of them together, but like there was a bunch of like, how do you do it all? How do you two do it all? How do you juggle this all? Starting a business, being moms, all the things. So kind of a, let's say, work-life balance question.
Yeah.
But Anne, how are you juggling it all?
Well, I will say I have learned from months of not doing it well, to be honest with you.
Okay.
So like last summer when we were just kicking up our work hours and we were really starting to like go full time.
Yeah.
And I was also watching the kids full time during the summer.
Yeah.
It kind of came to a head where July, I had mentioned this on very early podcast of ours, but July was a really tough month for us.
Yeah.
Because Phil and I were trying to juggle both working full jobs and having the kids home. And I didn't really plan ahead for camps or anything like that. And so we were trying to piece it together.
Mm-hmm.
So we had a month of like, I would say I wasn't sleeping. I had a lot of anxiety. Phil and I were just like short with each other. It was just like something's got to give.
Yeah.
So we sat down and made changes. And so some of those changes were, we got Lily, obviously. Childcare. Yeah. And the kids went back to school. I've now planned ahead for this summer, so I feel better. But we were already a part of the Lifetime gym.
Yeah.
And we just utilized it more. And so I think like just finding whatever that is for you, which my health felt like I was like not focusing on myself. I felt like I was gaining weight and not sleeping just that month. It was just like making rapid changes.
Totally. So
I started to reprioritize. No matter what, I need to do some type of physical workout, even if it's just walking or something. Yeah. And so I would work at Lifetime in the sunshine or outside at our house. They had childcare like when I needed it. So if the kids did have a short day.
The genius of Lifetime is you get 2.5 hours of childcare a day.
100%. So in those moments where your day is still off because the kids are off school or whatever, you can take them and clock in there. You can get a workout in. You know, you can work during that time. But I will say, in all of that, it has put me in some kind of funny positions, which which is like I'm always working randomly remote, like somewhere.
Yeah.
And do you remember one of the very first Zooms we did with the team?
With
like,
Nate Bergetsky or?
No, also, I should bring that one up too. No, but I was sitting outside trying to do all the self-care stuff. Sunshine, I had just worked out. I posted up our Zoom. And there was like, I should have known, but I was outside at the cafe and there was like a coffee station behind me and no one was there. I didn't know why it was there. The senior citizen aquatic group finished up.
Oh my gosh. I forgot about that.
And they were like getting coffee behind me in their swimsuits. They were bending over. They were just the most unflattering stuff going on. And it was a whole group of them. And I couldn't move because we were already started and I didn't worry about my background. And it just became hysterical. So I will say the work remotely is fun until you have a moment like that where it's just like hysterical.
That was hilarious.
Oh my God, it was so bad.
Overweight old people bending over
in bathing suits. Yeah. I it was a moment to remember on our team call. Yeah.
Okay, I remember the Nate Brzezinski one too, where you were working from the
Yes.
cafe.
Yes.
And
And
then
you and I were actually like we were on one of our like disagreements and we were working through it. Like,
Okay.
I think we had the disagreement before, and this was our one-on-one to kind of regroup and refocus and
Yeah.
like be like, what you're feeling, how you blah, blah, blah. And so I just remember Nate Brzezinski, love him. The comedian, he's so funny. And he walks in. I've only seen him this one time, so I don't know if he was just a guest. And he walks in and he's like right behind, like next to me at this time. And you're like, and I have my headphones in, and you're like, Ian, what's wrong? Why are you acting? You're being so silent. Why aren't you, because you were like worried that I was like still upset or something.
Yeah.
And I was like, Kate, chill. And you just kept.
I don't like that voice that you used for me, just to be clear.
Sorry. Yeah, maybe it. It was more compassionate, like, Anne, what's going on? But anyways,
no, I was just like, what's going on?
Yeah, you were worried. And I was like,
yeah.
Chill. I got something going on here. And I was like trying to type in our like chat like as quickly as possible. Like, Nate Brzezinski's behind me. But anyways, he ends up standing and talking to somebody behind me forever. I finally get you going. And then you took a screenshot of our Zoom because he's in the background.
I know. Great. There's been so many random things like that, though. I feel like, especially in Nashville, it's like, I don't know, you're out and about, and what's going on behind you?
Totally. Well, I will say it's so fun it helps me prioritize when I work remote and get things done and prioritize health. But you do get in some situations like that where it's awkward.
Yeah.
What about you?
I would say one thing that kind of makes it all work for us is the remote work.
Yeah.
I don't know that we could pull this off in the same way if we had like a big commute. And like, especially I think of like, I've had to go down to Palo Alto a bunch for the StartX thing, which is like a brutal commute from where I live.
Yeah.
And I know people that do that every day.
Yeah, it's hard.
You burn those extra couple hours. So I'd say zero commute helps me have time. I'm with you on, I am the best version of myself, and like I can stay in a good headspace if I work out. So I actually, as you know, schedule time blocks for my workouts ahead of time, and I'm a little bit non-negotiable on them.
Yeah, it's a good culture.
I think it's good for the team too.
I agree.
And like people don't have to work out, but like we honor
whatever
these other things, whether it's a parent teacher conference, whether it's a workout, whether it's a hair appointment, even. It's like the life things get in there first because I can work at night or on the weekend, and like entrepreneurship is just not a 9 to 5. So it's like I love the flexible at home work. That is, I don't think I could do it, honestly, if we had to like have a commute and a whatever. And again, maybe it's easy because you and I are sisters, and the other team members I've worked with for years and years and years. So it's like we have this foundation of trust. And I think it would be harder if it was a bunch of strangers and you feel like, gosh, are they even doing it? Or they were, it's like, that's not our thing.
Yeah.
But that really helps me live my best life, which is flexible working out times, flexibility with the kids. Like I'll take Grace to gymnastics today at 4. I'll bring my laptop. I'll work while she's in gymnastics. I'll come home. Like Mondays usually are ones where I'm still working at night and like getting stuff done. But like that level of flexibility, for me is like, I don't see how people do it without it.
I think it's just you have to, like, you needed Friday off. We mentioned this.
Yeah.
And there were things that were like kind of pressing that we felt like, let's just give her that time. And then the week before I was on spring break, and you allowed me to take almost the full week of spring break to enjoy my kids and stuff. So like I'm a true believer that if people are happy in their personal life or doing the things that make them happy, they are better workers, and they will work crazy hours when they need to get stuff done, when you kind of have that flexibility.
And you respect them. Totally.
And and so like, I think it's super important, and it is a luxury we have to be able to be remote.
Yeah.
But with that said, I kind of block off dinner hours no matter what. Like my kids get home from school, dinner hours, that might be a sports run or a class that we have to take them to. And then when we get home, we have our laptop open again if we need to, and the kids go to bed. So like, I think that time to take off is important, because then you feel like you're getting your family life together. And then on the flip side, you just have to be flexible to open it back up and just always be on a little bit, which is unfortunate. But
I will say too, you and I both chose life partners that do a lot.
Yes.
And I don't want to get into 50-50 or who does what, It's like, it's a futile zero-sum game that I'm not here for.
Yeah.
But I can say Chris does a lot.
Yeah.
He grocery shops. He goes to Costco. He will meal plan. He handles the financials. He
Yeah.
takes out the trash. He
Mhm.
does his own laundry. Like, there's a lot that he's doing.
Yeah.
And, we each kind of have our areas of expertise or focus, but like,
Mhm.
I don't feel like it's all on me. It wouldn't be possible without that. And then I will say this, I don't know if this makes me sound like a privileged a-hole, but I outsource a lot of the stuff I don't want to do. And I'm privileged to do that. I've worked, I'm 20 years into this game, so I couldn't have done this earlier in my career. And I have a ton of empathy for people that like don't have the luxury of a house cleaner, but I have a house cleaner, a yard guy, a bug guy, a pool guy.
Yeah,
Like,
it's a little like privileged for sure. Like,
it's totally privileged. But I also feel like I've worked my ass off to
Totally.
get to this place. And it's
You-
a little
you
bit of like, I'm not
deserve
going to
it.
apologize from it. And this is how people want to know how it works. And I don't want to say, like, act like I'm doing all that stuff either. Like, I think there is some transparency in.
Well, and like I don't necessarily. I'm very privileged too. I go to this gym that has childcare. We have childcare. Like but I don't have all those things. And
Right.
like there are some things like we've put back into motion recently where we have a house cleaner, not that often, but on occasion, and it's really helpful. And it is the thing that like we had to prioritize.
Yeah.
Because I was getting too stressed.
Mm-hmm.
And at some point, you just have to choose what is going to help you and see if you can figure it out. And if that's not hiring somebody to help you in that situation, it's asking your partner or seeing where you can, just prioritizing your time differently. Like
Right.
it's super important. And you make it work.
But I don't know if it would be possible, to be totally honest, for me to work as much as we work, to parent in the active style that we're parenting, have good mental health and fitness. Like something does have to give at some point. And like, I have a ton of empathy for people that like are working with different variables, but that's part of how I balance it, to be frank.
Yeah.
And I just want to be transparent about it.
Of course, you have to be transparent.
Yes, it's super privileged, and that's how it works.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, anyways. All right, let's wrap it up just because we're kind of tight on time. So let's move into obsessions here. What's your obsession?
My obsession is we have had a lot of kid birthdays lately. And having a go-to gift for a boy and a go-to gift for a girl has saved so much time, and it's clutch.
Okay, what's your go-to?
My boy go-to is I go to Lids. I have a Lids somewhat close by to my house. But
this is the hat place?
This is the hat place. And they have a lot of locations. There probably is other places but Lids if you have a hat place close to you.
Okay.
But they have all the sports. So I find out just quickly either from my son or from the parent what is the team that kid likes.
Okay.
And if they don't like a team, they have generic hats as well.
Mm-hmm.
And they can embroider and personalize the name on the hat.
Oh, whoa.
Within 15 minutes. And so you go,
that's nice.
I go physically and I buy the hat. I have them put it on. And now they know me. I feel like they give me priority.
How much is
sometimes.
This hat, personalized hat?
Depends. The hat can be between 25 to 30 and the personalization. If I go a lot, so the personalization at first I think is like $14, but you can get it down to like 10. So I'm spending about $35 to $40
Which
per
I think
hat.
That's kind of what most birthday gifts.
Yeah. And like sometimes like
what
25.
A cool gift. I love that idea.
It's so cool. And every single person has actually like I've seen the parent later say like, we love this hat. That's so cool. And we did another hat or whatever. Like,
yeah, that's a great idea.
So
I'm going to steal that.
Yep, you should. It's a good one. And then for the girl currently, because we are in the 6 to 7 year olds that, you have to have them by age.
Mm-hmm.
But somebody gave Lola this Amazon headband holder. And it's like $4.99. It's so cheap, but you put it together. It's plastic, clear, it's cute. And then you just buy a couple headbands. And so we do a couple cool headbands. You can also get on Amazon and this Amazon headband holder. And it looks more expensive than it is. It's like, again, all of the people we've given it to have said they love it and it's a cute idea. Yeah. And it's just our go-to right now.
I love those. Yeah. Here's my go-to. I don't have a good boy one. I might steal that hat one. That's great. There's like an art suitcase on Amazon.
Okay.
That's $26, I think.
Yeah.
and you open it up, it's got all the art supplies.
Mm-hmm.
I've been crushing that for like 8-9-year-old birthday.
Very cute. Yeah, we'll have to tag that one too.
The
And
right
and
price,
link
and it looks like a cool gift.
Yeah.
And like, I don't know, even if you're not super into art, you still have stuff for school and whatnot, and it's kind of
Absolutely.
Cool.
That's a great one.
Art suitcase.
Okay.
I like that one.
We'll link all those. What's your obsession this week?
I have been staying up late to watch Jack Reacher. Have you?
Oh,
are you?
I'm way in. Way.
You probably have been doing it each week.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's funny because historically, Chris and I have some overlap shows. Sometimes the stuff he likes is too dark for me. It's like, I don't want to watch that at night, but
100%.
Jack Reacher is right in the center of the Venn diagram for us. So every season so far, we have watched it together. So I would have thought he would have come to me and said like, hey, new season's out. Do you want to watch it? He didn't. I found out that it was on from a friend. I was like, what? It's out? And then I was like, Chris, you probably didn't know the new season's out. And he's like, guilty looking. I was like, you're cheated on me.
It. Did he rewatch
it? You cheated on me. He was like, and then I kind of backed him into a corner and I was like, you're the worst. You cheated on me. And he goes, I cheated on you. You were sleeping at 9:00. I was dying to watch it. I saw there were a couple epies. I ripped through them. I felt guilty. I've been shoving that under the rug. I knew I was going to get busted.
As long as he rewatches them with you and you catch up, all's good.
Well, I told him, no, I just told him, I'll catch up on my own. I don't need you. Like, but we'll meet in the middle and then we'll watch the last. Yeah, exactly. We'll watch the last few together. But what a great dumb show.
It's so good. It's the right recipe. We talk about this all the time.
It's a little too violent for me, if I'm being honest.
There are some, because you said not dark. There are some dark moments where I have to like cover my eyes. Yeah, I can't with some of them. But they're like, so far, there's been like one or two this whole season that I've seen. And other than that, it's a great addictive show of like, you just are rooting for him. He's a badass. He's hot. Like the storylines are like crazy. I'm into it.
I'm loving the female like Boston.
Mm-hmm. I like
woman,
her a lot
the lead.
too. Mm-hmm.
They pick good women leads too that are real likable, have a lot of personality.
Yeah.
That recipe is definitely working for me.
It's so good. I'm obsessed. I think I mean, not to steal your obsession, but I'm pretty sure a week or two ago I said Phil and I were watching Jack Reacher at spring break together. That's what we did at night.
Maybe that's where I realized it was on.
It's so good.
Maybe you were the one who tipped me off, and then
not to steal it, but to steal it a little bit.
Well,
it's
but
Jack Reacher in general. This is like the third season. They've all been dynamite. They fire me up. I'm waiting for the next to drop.
I have ripped through 6 episodes in the last week.
Yeah, good for you.
Yeah, and I have a couple more because I think there's like maybe 8 out or 9 out. So anyways, I have a few more, and then I'm going to catch up, and then I am going to make Chris watch the last few with me so we can get back on our
catch up. And then the next drop, I think on Thursday in a couple days from now. So finish the next 3, and then you can watch the last.
I need to get to it.
But we're like to the end, I think the last ones. And I always get a little bit sad when I've finished the season because I know it's not going to come out for a while, but like, it's so good. It's so good. Good obsession.
Good.
Yeah.
Yeah. That thick neck. I'm
Yeah.
Okay. I'll see you. The one thing I struggle with is his name in real life is Alan. And that does not work for me. There's something's not.
I don't know.
Would you have guessed his name is Alan?
I'll call him whatever he wants me to call him.
Touche. Not gonna kick him out of bed for eating cookies.
Yeah, that's another Jackie, our cousin.
Totally.
I love that one.
As a guest. She's so funny.
She is so funny.
Okay.
That's
a wrap. I'm tired. I need to power through and get another cup of coffee, and it's Jack's fault.
And we have a one-on-one, you and I, after this, so we got to get going.
And you said I'm the Debbie Downer. All right, Tan. This was fun. I like this installment. And listeners, keep the questions coming. So at Sage Parents, send us a DM or put it in a comment to one of the posts that we do, and we'll aggregate them and pull them in.
Yeah, every few weeks we should do the same topic. I love it. Different questions.
I'm almost wondering, too, if at some point we should do like voice recordings where people like can say, hi, I'm so-and-so from wherever, and here's my question.
Okay. I like that.
Be fun. Anyways,
yeah, that could be fun.
We'll keep playing around with the format, but
love it.
All right. Well, Skittles, signing off. Follow us at Sage Parents. Get the guidebook, sageparents.org. The new Sage Haven website is now looking refreshed and lovely. So sagehavenforkids.com. You can get on the wait list for our app, which is coming out soon. And Anne, this was fun.
This was great. Love it.
All right.
Bye, Liz.
Lilas.